Hey everyone, welcome to a Good Life podcast. Today we are having a special session.
What's up?
We are doing this in person.
Yeah.
So let's start the conversation. Feels good. It's face to face.
Yeah. How we doing?
I got my new braid.
Okay, lemonade. Giving lemonade.
It is giving lemonade. I freaking love them. It's my first time ever getting braids, like blonde braids. So
They look great on you.
thank you.
How does it feel?
Heavy.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Yes, heavy. And it took 10 hours.
Woo. Girl.
10 hours.
I don't have that kind of patience.
Jeff was like, I don't even understand how you sat there
Who's
for
Jeff?
10 hours. My husband,
Ah,
Jeff. He was
okay.
like, I don't understand how you sat there for 10 hours. And I went to bed, no joke. I felt like phantom hands braiding my hair.
Oh my God.
I was like, about to fall asleep, and I was like, ah!
That's like the next Get Out movie. Like a black woman getting her hair braided.
The haunting
The horror movie.
of the African bridge weaver. Yes. I watched a lot of freaking Judge Judy and People's Court
Yeah.
and all the daytime TV. Whew, I was drained.
Yeah.
Look at you in your pink.
Just tapping more into my divine femininity,
Okay.
Which means that's something I'm learning, means like working on receiving more and trusting the universe more and trusting myself more and resting more, in contrast to the divine masculine, because there's one of the 7 laws of the universe, spiritual laws of the universe. It's the law of gender. There's a masculine and a feminine side to energy to ourselves.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with body parts.
Nothing.
Like people are so obsessed
nothing.
with.
But in the household we grew up in, Haitian household, immigrant household, with our single mom, mommy had like 3-4 jobs, right? And so what that paradigm was passed down to us, this paradigm of grinding and earnership and effort and productivity, right? And resting was equated to laziness. And so now, now that I'm learning about these things and working on myself and bettering myself, I'm realizing that I've mastered the divine masculinity. And so even with my little wrist, I'm tapping into my divine femininity more.
Okay.
And
is it hard for you to receive, would you say?
Yeah, because I'm a giver, it is hard for me to receive. And so that confuses the universe, right? In terms of manifestation, because it's like it blocks the cycle. It's give and take, give and take, give and take. And so if I can't receive someone offering me to buy me lunch, then how can I receive the universe's blessings?
Well, you say it's so powerful. I'm reminded of, I just got back from Wellesley College, my alma mater. I had my 20th reunion.
Woo, wow.
That's my happy place, as you know. And there was such a great session. One of my sisters, she had a beautiful grounding exercise for us when we got there.
Oh, you guys call each other sisters?
Siblings, actually, but she's a woman. She identifies as a woman, so I call her my sister. But we say siblings.
Siblings, got it.
Yeah, that has changed. When I was there, it was just sisters.
Right.
But yeah, now we say
now siblings
to be more inclusive, because Wellesley's an all-women's college.
Shout out to Wellesley College.
Yes, love Wellesley College. But in this grounding session, we had an exercise, and one of them was you had to write on an index card things you were proud of over the past 5 years, because our reunions every 5 years. And the person that you're telling this to was not supposed to comment, was not supposed to do any sort of affirmation or comment, nothing. All they were supposed to do was receive it. And honestly, it was harder to be on that side of the person who was just receiving the information.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I'm talking about femininity and all the things. And she brought that up, and she's like, be curious about that. Why is it so hard for us to receive? Because I would call Wellesley an alpha masculine school, but in a female context.
Alpha female.
Yeah. Alpha female, excuse me. Yes. Alpha female school, school of Hillary Clinton, Madeleine Albright, Diane Sawyer. The list goes on and on and on and on.
Yeah,
all
powerhouses.
Powerhouse women.
Yes,
you know, most CEOs come from this school.
Juggernauts.
Female CEOs come from this school. So it's just that kind of environment, right?
Yes.
And I was very drawn to
bosses.
It. Remind me of my own upbringing, all the things, but it's fascinating to be in that situation. And it's like, you think the harder thing is to just spill, you know, be the giver, to tell all your secrets or whatever, to be more vulnerable, which it was. But harder was actually just to sit there and receive it.
Oh, so you guys were even going deep. It wasn't just like accolades.
No, it was also right on the card all what quote unquote are failures and what you should be doing, or things you thought you should be doing that you didn't
should have done. Right.
Should have done. The should have
done's are tough because there's the underlying energy of regret, and that is such a low vibrational.
Yes. And that's what she was trying to say. And she's like, I want you to burn this.
Exactly right. Release it.
Like release it.
For sure.
Because it's not there to serve you.
It's not serving you.
And it's coming from your programming.
Yes.
And whatnot. It's not coming from a place of connection. And
but
alignment.
that's also tapping into the divine femininity, because trusting is part of that. And so you have to trust the process. Like, even though you think you should have done X, Y, and Z, it's like, no, that job opportunity you didn't get actually set you up for where you are right now, which is just exactly where you should be and need to be. Well, just, yeah.
Where you need to be.
Where you need to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You are the one who brought this into my vernacular, is understanding divine femininity.
Yes.
Because especially in this society, patriarchal as it is, it's emphasized like produce,
grind,
hustle.
Versus like, you got to grind your way to your goal. Jesus. I used to be that way. I mean, shout out to like some of these motivational people I used to follow, and you know, they're wonderful, but like, oh my God, it's exhausting. You got to be up at 4 a.m. And if you're not doing this and blah, blah, blah. And then like, it's about consistency, like versus like that grind, because it's not sustainable.
Yeah. And also the consistency in the cycle. Yeah. That's what they're not telling you. It's not like, just keep working. It's like, yes, work, but you also need to rest.
Yes.
You know, they don't talk about that other side of it.
Exactly.
It's a cycle. And that's actually part of the productivity cycle, is the rest.
Exactly.
I think as a creative, it's really showing me that, because you have to live life.
Yeah.
You can't just say, oh, I'm just going to be a writer because I just sit down and all I do is write. No.
You have to experience life.
Correct.
So you've got to fill that tank up, and then your writing is you depleting that tank, and then it's like there's a cycle. Everything about a circle. Like shout out to Coach DG Mindset. He's taught me everything is a cycle. Is a circle, right? The moon, the sun, because it's cyclical. So you block it, it's give and take, and that's the cycle. That's where the magic happens. And going back to what we were talking about, divine femininity, divine masculinity, like the contrast with grinding is divine masculine. The contrast to that is alignment and attracting what you want. Tapping into the law of least effort versus the grind.
Okay, so explain what that is, the law of least effort.
I'm still learning about it myself, but not grinding your way to your goal. Like just relax, like trusting and allowing it to happen. And yes, you're there's action, but it's not, oh my God, I got to do this and this 7 days a week, blah, blah, blah. It's like, do your part, move the ball in that direction daily, but alignment. Align yourself with your goal through your frequency, through your vibration, through your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, and attracting what you want into your life versus the grind through the law of least effort.
It sounds too that a big part of that has to deal with detachment.
Yes.
Because if you are only so singular in your focus that it must end up like this.
It's this one outcome. You have to be open to the universe, like the multiple ways, the infinite ways that you can't even in your consciousness grasp.
Yeah.
Like you have no idea. So when you just like you said, detach and just allow the universe, be in flow and surrender, oh my God, like that's when life becomes fun. That's when life becomes adventurous. Like,
yeah.
And that's what I'm just like really tapping into. Like I even told you yesterday, this was a big revelation for me. Like I'm really big into like spiritual development, personal development. And obviously I love comedy as well. And the TV and film writing we're doing. And like with this work I'm doing, I'm recognizing like, hey, like I want to be one of these thought leaders. I want to be these leaders in this personal development game, like a coach. We're being like an alignment coach, a manifestation coach. Like I never saw this for myself before. I mean, and obviously, I love this work. I'm immersed in it.
Oh my God.
Saturated in it. Like I live and breathe it. Like
you geek out. Like your weekends.
Oh yeah.
She's like, don't talk to me. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm doing my work. And I'm like, okay, so you're writing. What are you doing? You're drilling into all of your alignment studying. Like you're just studying, and filling your cup that way. And I'm like, oh my God, Mooney, 10 hours. Like you could be in your room just
like a damn monk.
Yeah. Like a damn monk. Yeah. But again, you want to connect with people.
I do.
So you could never be a damn monk.
No.
Because you can't be isolated like that.
Exactly.
But I'm like, why not marry both? That's how I see it.
That's exactly it. Exactly. So like now, like, because I never saw myself doing that. And that's what happens when you start doing this work. Like it opens up all of these different possibilities that you never even imagined. Because we can be so rigid in our thinking and the possibilities and the how and the when and the timing and the what vehicle and what it's got to look like. And it's just like, and just, I'm really just tapping into my nature as well. Like just be in flow, like be like water.
Yeah.
Going down a stream.
For anyone who like is listening to this, they can't see you, but yeah, you are doing like your little
my little flow.
Yeah, like, just your little Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, like really, as you tell you, right, Stevie Wonder. Like, isn't she lovely? Like, yeah, exactly. I love that. Tapping my Stevie Wonder and like, taking that spiritual edible.
Yeah.
Like I say, like take that spiritual edible. Like just chill. Like stop trying to control. Stop trying to micromanage. Like just let it flow, dude.
Tapping into your like Cali.
Yeah, Cali, like surfer bro, dude. Like, yeah, man, just chill. Like, just let it flow. Be in flow, man.
Okay, well, let's talk about being in flow and wanting to like though not get stuck, if that makes sense, right? You could be in the stream, but you could get in some murky waters, some muddy waters, and get stuck sometimes. Not because you're in flow, but in life, right? And we talk about this, how when do you know it's time to kind of leave one stage and move on to something different?
The hermit crab analogy.
Correct. Talk about that a bit.
How do we know when to move on to like, so the hermit crab analogy, right? Hermit crabs, they're constantly moving to different shells. I like to see it as like an upgrade. So they've outgrown their shell for whatever reason. It could be the shell is too small to handle the capacity, the body that they've outgrown it, or it's uncomfortable, or it's not safe for them. It's broken, it's damaged. And so like we can use that as an analogy for our lives, where we've outgrown some limiting and false beliefs about ourselves. And so it's time to upgrade. It's time to find that new shell. In terms of like being stuck, like again, the work I'm doing, I try not to label things, and that stuck place is such a great place because it creates the pause. The pause leads to reflection. Reflection leads to creating a new plan and creating a new vision for your life. And then it's now let's act on it.
Well, I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that being stuck is good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The blessings, the valleys, that's where the magic is.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. And I never knew this until I started working on myself really deeply and seeing that everyone is so afraid of the valley. We're so afraid of the challenge. And challenges are not what we think they are. Like, these are the blessings. Like the fear, the doubt, they're your friends because they're guides. They're saying like, wherever there's fear, there's doubt, where there's resistance, that's where you want to be because that's where the growth is going to happen. That's where the magic is. So like, embrace those moments where you're stuck, embrace those moments where it's hard, embrace those moments where it's challenging, where you feel lost. Remember, like, I felt so lost as a lawyer after mommy's death. I was so lost, Jessica. I was on autopilot mode. I was so miserable. I remember I had 225 files and I was in a fetal position on the floor and I was crying and I looked in the sky. I said, God, you did not bring me on this earth to be miserable. What is the plan for my life? And it was like instantaneously, like comedy came in, this momentum workshop. I started working on myself and I was like, go here, do there. I just took the first step and the rest of the staircase started coming. Boom, 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 boom. And look at me now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, taking that first step.
5 years later, not knowing where. You just got to take that first step. And it's that faith, that trust in yourself, that faith in a higher power. And just know that there's more for your life.
Yes.
This ain't it. This ain't it. And you got to trust that.
Just like the hermit crab,
yeah,
right?
Just that hermit crab. The hermit crab is very vulnerable as it's exiting that old shell, that old identity. It's very vulnerable to prey to the outside world, the elements. But that place right there is magic. There's magic in that vulnerability. There's magic in that discomfort. There's magic in the, I don't know how am I going to make it to that second shell? There's magic there. That's the defining moment in that hermit crab's experience, in that human experience. And you won't really know it. The hermit crab won't know it until it's in that new shell. And it can look back, just like the human being, like Steve Jobs says, right? You can only connect the dots when you look back. And you're like, damn, I'm a boss bitch. I just did that.
And even if that shell, when you get in it, is too big and too heavy at first, you grow. Into that shell again.
You grow into that shell. Right. Because like people think like, all right, so I get to the top of that summit of that goal, right? And it's like, yes, you're at the top of that, you're at the summit of that mountain, but you're also at the valley of the next mountain. Because it's like, okay, like you want to get to the summit of the next mountain, but you're like, damn, here I am. But it's okay. Like, take the next step, rep by rep by rep, step by step by step. It's about this consistency. Like, fall in love with the mundane. Fall in love with the mundane, the consistency. Like DG teaches me, my coach is like, keep those Kentucky Derby blinders on, focus. Like, and just before you know it, holy shit, I'm at the top of this mountain.
Yeah. Yep. It's what you do in private is what you end up being rewarded in public.
That's exactly it.
And that's the truth. When we get up every morning to write, the 5 to 7, like that was about us showing up for ourselves.
100%.
Right? There was no one telling us, good job.
Right.
Here's a paycheck. Here's an accolade. Here's the prize. The prize was that we were showing up for ourselves. And truth be told, when I made the big leap to leave my job now, and I needed the support.
You left that shell.
I left that shell.
You left that bullshit shell, that old identity. Wasn't that hard for you?
It was, but you know what? I had that track record of, Jess, you have gotten up and shown up for yourself all this time.
Yes.
I have a knowing that I can continue to thrive.
I love that.
In that. Right.
And you know what? That's what I love with the evolution, right? It's this of the consciousness. Everything starts with, I think I can do this. And then it transitions to, I hope I can do this as you're climbing the mountain, right? And then I believe I can do this. And then it transitions to, I know I can do this. And then the final stage is, I am, fill in the blank. That's the evolution of the human consciousness. Yes. And it's so beautiful. And it's as you take each step, because you're built, that's really the shell. I think I can do this. Okay, I'm in the shell. I think I can do this, right? And then it's, I hope I can do this. And then it's, I believe I can do this. And then it's, I know I can do this. And then it's, I am the writer. Yes. I am the director.
Yes.
I am whatever you want to be.
You sent me something from Wayne Dyer, and I'm going to misquote it, but essentially it was what he was talking about, writing. And he was like, writing isn't something I do.
Exactly.
Something I am.
Exactly.
I am writing.
I am writing.
And I became that through those little steps.
Yes.
Because be like, Jess, you're a writer. You know how you identify yourself. When you're waking up consistently and writing,
yourself.
I am writing.
Yeah.
Yes, you are writing.
Yes.
And that makes me a
you
writer.
You don't need the world to say you're a New York Times bestseller. You don't need to get your Academy Award, your Emmy Award. All these things are going to come. Yes. But you've got, the journey is the magic. That's where we got it all wrong.
Yes.
Like, we're always looking at the end result. Like, that's the magic. And it's like, no, it's always been about the journey. Like that's why you got to fall in love with the journey, because the uncertainty is the magic.
Yes.
That's where it's fun, because you don't know who's going to call you, when that opportunity is going to come, when that email is going to come, when that DM is going to come to be like, hey, we got this great project. Can you be the lead writer? Can you be the head writer? Can you, we have a $50 million budget. Can you, or even a $50,000 budget, whatever. Like, and that's where the fun is.
Totally.
We've lost the fun in this experience called life, because we're so caught up with living from the end, living from the Academy Award winner, living from the New York Times bestseller, we're living from the $100 million budget. And it's like, no.
Because we have outsourced our value.
Yes.
We are allowing these external objects,
conditions,
awards,
titles, achievements
to give us our value.
Stop
outsourcing your value. And then you had your Mondays with Mooney about that. And that was very powerful.
Yeah, because that's what I used to do. I used to outsource my value. I would put my value in material things, the Gucci loafers, the Range Rover, the penthouse, and these are wonderful things. And these are things that I because life is meant to be enjoyed.
Correct.
Yes, give me the VIP, give me first class, give me the private jet, give me the back of the Range Rover being driven by a driver. Why not? I deserve to live this way. You deserve to live this way. You deserve to live that lifestyle. Why not you?
Why not you?
It's the thing is, you cannot be attached to these things, and you cannot let them define your self-worth. They should never validate you. Nothing outside of you should validate you. Nothing outside of you should define your worthiness, your value in this world, like your enoughness, your wholeness. And that's what we've done, because the world, society has done a great job of convincing us that the answers are outside, in a pill, in a relationship, in a Gucci bag, a Chanel bag, in the car. And then you get these things, and like, I got mad Gucci loafers. I don't even wear these shits anymore sometimes. I know. And it's just like, I'm like, and it's just like, okay, like, what were you really chasing? I was chasing the feeling.
Yep.
I was chasing the validation. So like, what's the cheat code? You're chasing the feeling. You wanted to feel worthy. You wanted to be seen. Be worthy now. Yes. Be seen now. See yourself.
Yes.
Don't need anyone else to see me.
Yes.
To validate me. You know what I'm saying? To love me.
Oh, the loving yourself is the cheat code for real. Because especially as a woman who's in a relationship with a man who is not the most vocal. My husband is very reserved. And my love language is words of affirmation. And I started to say, Jessica, stop outsourcing these words of affirmation to a person who I know through his actions, through so many things,
That's
loves
not
me
his
deeply.
Love language.
Correct. And then you're just like, they're never going to measure up.
Yeah.
A, and B, you need to be giving it to yourself.
100%.
So we were just talking about this yesterday. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
That is a beautiful woman.
Yes.
Looking myself in the mirror.
Yes.
Oh, you're fine. Oh,
yes.
I catch myself.
You have to.
I just take me in. And it's not out of being arrogant or bombastic. No. It is a pure love.
Yes.
for me.
Yes. And how it took you time to get here.
Yes, it did, darling.
And it doesn't matter how long it takes to just get there.
Yes.
And stay there.
Yes.
And just keep growing and being grounded and rooted in that space of self-love, of the self. Again, not from an egoic standpoint, a self-centered standpoint, but from a loving and self-care standpoint. You got to tend to your garden. No one's going to do it for you.
100%.
And matter of fact, the world's coming with the weeds and with the chemicals and with the harsh elements to really kill your garden.
Tons of distractions.
So many distractions.
Yeah, and comparison.
Negative forces. Yeah.
This was fun though. I like being face to face.
Yeah, me too.
I don't feel like I have to be like, oh wait, can I jump in? Can I not jump in? This is very natural.
Yeah.
We got to do more of these over the summer.
100%. Yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yes.
You know, we are starting to open up the conversation. If you guys have questions or topics that you want us to talk about on a Good Laugh podcast, or just share your story, we're happy to do so. And we want more connection and more love. And as we say here, the shortest distance between two people is a good laugh.
So keep laughing and keep connecting, and we'll see you next time on a Good Laugh podcast.